I said, did this? I was on my live. And they said, I already went to the portal and I submitted my documents. I said, you uploaded your documents? They said, yes. I said, oh, I guess that's exciting. I said, did you upload English documents? And they said, yes, I did. And I said, oh.
like to me, those make sense. Like, the psychology is just different.
Yes, thank you. Repeat that. The psychology is just different.
Seriously.
Yes. It absolutely is.
Like, I don't understand. Like, when you told me that somebody actually submitted all his documents in English, so what?
Yes, because automatically and that part of it is clear.
That part of it is very, very clear.
Yeah.
Though I don't know, maybe people don't like to read terms and conditions because it's very long. But question and answer, like Q&A on the website,
yes,
they are very basic for people to read.
Yeah. Okay, but so I will say, and we've had many conversations of us being honest about us, right? You have been free to express some things about your fellow Beninese that frustrate you. I have been free to do the same, right? So one of the things that frustrates me about us, my people know who I'm talking to, us, is that a lot of times we don't read the fine print. We're impatient. We live in a land of conveniences where everything is easy and spoon-fed to us. So if we have to take the time to actually go down and read the things and decipher everything, a lot of times we will not, and we just miss it. Right? But this thing is critical. It's almost like guaranteeing yourself a rejection.
What? I don't know where they get their information from, but I know one thing is sure. If anyone at all go to YouTube and is looking for citizenship by recognition in the Republic of Benin, they are likely going to see some of our video.
Right.
And I think we made a mistake. Not to really make a mistake. The website is there and the instructions are there. Like someone is
we've been trying to get in front of it to try to help people understand, but they also have to realize that we don't just sit and make these videos. We have multiple, both of us have our own businesses, our own endeavors, and real life happening.
We have made a lot of videos.
Yeah.
We have made a lot of videos, and the website is too clear enough for anyone to see the instructions.
Right.
And
the instructions that are there are clear.
When I was telling you about the American who think the price for the agency
was
is
too much.
high.
Was high.
Because they are seeing $100 on. I talked to someone. I talked to the person, and I was talking to you too. The person told me that even in America, if your document is in any other language other than English, you have to translate it.
Absolutely. And officially translate it. Yeah. Not, you can't just go run it through an online translator. It has to be an approved source. It has to be a professional source. That has to also be validated. I mean, it seems to be a no-brainer because this is citizenship, my God.
Now, and then someone, I think I spoke to you about it in one of your videos already, who that was insulting me because the price the agency is charging for everything, that now the price the agency is charging is for the citizenship, is for your coming. When you are here, we'll be guiding you. Is for document translation, is for your civil writing and filing, and everything.
Like, you guys don't even understand how much time goes into working with each individual client.
Now, not even that. It also includes your passport.
Yes. Includes everything.
It also includes your passport and maybe 2 days stay in a hotel. And somebody just say it's too much, guys. If you like,
that's too much.
See, let me tell you, you are not qualified.
You're not going to qualify.
If you think it's too much for you to afford, I think you are not qualified. Let's just be serious.
Right.
Let's just be serious. Every Afro descendant is qualified to get a citizenship by recognition.
By recognition,
yes.
Based on DNA.
Based on DNA.
However,
but there are a whole lot of stuff.
Right.
You know, I was talking to you. It was during a consultation call with a lady. We were having a consultation call with a lady, and it was telling you about sustainable development goal in Africa, and how they can help. Now, this is not something that the government sets.
Right.
Let's be serious.
Right.
I have gone through a lot of business training, and I'm just trying to tell you a secret, a not so known secret that can eat in Africa. Yeah, you can use to eat with African government. Yeah, they are not ruled on any websites.
Right.
But somehow they help in securing things in Africa.
Right.
Sustainable development goal is one of the standard. There was a time before sustainable development goal, there was a goal that was called the millennial goal. The millennial goal is just like the SDG or the sustainable development goal that we are talking about now. So it is about how do we develop Africa.
Right.
By bringing or by doing things that alleviate poverty and alleviate suffering.
Right.
Are you getting the point?
Right.
So
Absolutely.
the sustainable development goal is the same thing. We just talk about plastic. We talked about plastic recently, like on during our conversation.
Yes.
Do you know that even if what you do is waste management, do you think is included in sustainable development?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very much included.
Well, there's something that I do that's included in sustainable development.
Okay.
We've talked about it very little bit, but I haven't yet gotten fully into that because there's things that I need to do to establish my next presence. You know, I'm a fashion designer by trade. You know, I am a licensed trainer. I still hold the highest licensure in the Gambia for my knowledge. And one of the things that I brand myself as and why I still get calls from the Gambia to do online consultations and online trainings is because I am also what's called a zero waste designer. I have studied and spent time in various different workshops and training all about waste management in the fashion industry, right? And so there are several of us who have gone through those sort of things and advocate for designers and tailors to understand zero waste and how they can maximize their profits by not throwing fashion scraps and things away because a lot of them are not biodegradable.
Exactly.
Right?
Now, so those are some kind of things that when you're writing your CV, you are not just going to say you are a zero
fashion designer.
You're not, exactly. You're not just going to say you are a fashion designer, but you look for a sustainable development goal and you peg it there.
Right.
And of course, how do you peg it? You just need somebody to write this thing for you or based on African standard.
Right.
Are you getting the point?
Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
This is not on any government website.
Right.
But it is something that someone asked me, okay, you say we should do African ancestry. Of course, we are not saying you should go and do African ancestry. Let's be serious.
Right.
You come for consultation, you get to hear a whole lot. So, and the person say, okay, but the law is not is not mentioned that you should use this particular DNA
company or the other.
And neither does the website mention it. Do you get it?
Yes.
Now, I know you are teaching me about the American psychology. Now, it was somehow funny to me. How do you think a government will make a permanent law? Now, the citizenship law is a permanent law. And then they will go in there and write a particular company in the law.
Right. No. That's a monopoly. That in of itself is corrupt. And they won't have it. It has to be fair.
Exactly.
You know, absolutely.
Yeah. And then, or how do you think a government is making a website where you can submit your application? And then they mention a particular company that you should go to for anything.
Right.
There is too much of monopoly.
Right.
And of course, whenever you see anything like that on any government website, chances are there is a whole lot of corruption going on somewhere.
Going on behind the scenes. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because whose company are they going to be mentioning?
Yeah.
They are likely going to be mentioning maybe the president's son, the president's friend, the president somebody, or the minister somebody, the minister's this.
Everybody's got, I know this person, I know that person.
So they will just peg that
or back
So
door.
they can just peg that person there and begin to make money.
Right.
It is a rule.
It's not
that is
said, but it's a
not
customary
safe.
practice. Right.
It is not safe,
Right.
but it's something that works.
Right. Right. It's and that those are the things. So when we talk about doing the consultations and why you should do a consultation and why you should work through, it's because of the nuances of all of those things that are helpful but aren't necessarily written or even mandatory, but they absolutely somehow work to your favor.
Yeah, and I think during you had a Zoom call the last time with is he a community for Afro descendants?
BBToMe.com. Shout out to them. Yeah, it is a community. They focus on people who are wanting to leave America and come to Ghana.
Okay.
But their organization has gotten so big that they have people that look not just at Ghana but other countries. And so they host, when they see people that are doing good works, that are legitimate, that are verifiable, they will host them on their platform. Right? And so there are some people who've even gone so far as to buy land in Ghana, but they're still interested in the citizenship by recognition in Benin. And so they've been very gracious to host me there, as well as hosting other people, talking about other countries, Burkina Faso, all of
so
that.
there was this lady on that live Zoom, because you popped in, I have to pop in, and during maybe towards the end when you were talking about your consultation, the lady say her consultation session are very great. Did you read that? Yes. So like I said, wow.
Yeah. She's been on my lives as well, and she has also commented it's very thorough. That I gave more time than what was allotted. Like I didn't say, okay, it's 1 hour now, I have to go.
So, but do you know? Like there are things that I think we should not say on YouTube. So this is maybe you understand the Black American psychology more than I do.
Yeah.
Even though I understand the country and everything, but there are a whole lot of stuff that people who are off the continent should know. There are a whole lot of people who are off the continent. There are things that they should know, and especially concerning the Republic of Benin.
Yeah.
Like, I never had, when I had the easiest consultation I ever had, when we were right on the live, I told you, it was the shortest ever.
Yeah. And they said, because they had questions, and they were like, no, pretty much, Felix has answered all my questions. And so it was very straightforward.
It was very straightforward. So, like all these things, and
but wait. But then we had one where we laugh about that we're all speaking English, but we somehow still have to translate. And so you're telling people something.
Was that about the couple?
Yeah, and you're telling people something, and then they're looking at you, kind of trying to understand it, and then they look at me and go, "Phoenix, what did he say?" Right? When we're all speaking English, but somehow it just didn't yet click with their sensibilities. It took them a little bit. They got it. Now we're all good, but
that is why it is very good. I like cross-cultural things.
Yeah.
That conversation taught me something. Yeah, that conversation taught me something. That is why, the guy from Ireland I told you about, that we are considering collaborating with. Yeah, it taught me something very important. There is this psychology that you do not understand.
Right. Yeah.
And there are people who understand it 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me also give you an example. My wife has no idea of how deep African spirituality, voodoo, how it works. Now he is aware of it, but he doesn't know how it works. It is an uncommunicated a rule that is not communicated in the Republic of Benin.
Right.
Or you do not go to a voodoo tourist center
and
look down on anything you see there.
Right. Right.
You do not go to any voodoo called artistic showroom
Right.
and look down on anything you see there.
Right.
You do not listen to voodoo spirituality stories and say anything wrong about it.
Right.
So I was, it was our wedding anniversary. So we went to Wida and to the door of no return, and I was just trying to get some voodoo artifacts, like voodoo design. So I was just trying to touch it. Oh, what is this? And then she said, "Oh, don't touch it." Now I know that, okay, I know, but I also know that the person there is going to be angry, and visibly the lady was angry.
Yes.
Why do you talk down?
Yeah.
This is our psychology.
Right.
This is what we believe.
Right. Right.
So just as I told you, I've worked with a whole lot of people who are based in, I own a selling design business. So
yes,
I work with people who are based outside of the country, and many of them, they are people who are based in the US. But we have not gotten to this point that I'm beginning to understand the American psychology. the way I'm doing.
Yeah, it's very different.
It is also making me to be very rigid on some things.
Yeah.
Because no matter what we do, we are in front of the people.
Yeah.
Every other person, the law firm is where it is. Every other person is off the camera.
Right. We're the ones that's right in front.
So it also made me begin to get rigid.
Yeah.
On some things.
Yes.
Because like the American psychology is different. Like, let's be serious.
Yeah.
You can tell somebody in Africa, I'm coming today, and you come next tomorrow. You can just say, oh, that day I just wanted to come, but there was something.
Yeah.
And there is nothing.
Yeah.
Or tell somebody who is an American that you are a scam.
Right. There's nothing that could possibly happen. They don't know whether you had an accident. They don't know. All they know is that you didn't show up and you didn't call, so therefore you are a scammer.
There's another thing. I think it happened to me a whole lot of time now, to the point that if we are having a consultation and I'm going to be looking for, no matter where I am, I'm going to be looking for exactly when I will be getting home and exactly how I will make sure that my network is active.
Yes. Yes.
Are you getting my point?
Yes.
But normally with African, I can say, okay, like us.
Yeah.
This is our place.
Yeah. Oh, well, not a good network day.
The network can be funny sometimes.
Yes.
We can be having a conversation and then the network just breach. They can just cut the line.
Yeah. It happens with us sometimes when we're having a phone call and nobody gets mad. We just be like, oh well, I guess it went down. Then we'll tomorrow. We'll call me back later.
Yeah. But it's teaching us a whole lot. Even though we are working as a professional, and that we make sure that everything is done professionally.
Yes.
We still have those challenges.
Yes.
Yeah. Even in the corporates.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's one of the things that we have to that's sort of my heavy work or heavy lifting, as we say, being the face, if you will, of the Afro descendants here on the ground in the country, is to really say to people that, there are things in place here to keep everybody honest and to operate with integrity. We are coming to the new republic, not the old republic. Right? And so we're coming to people who care about doing things right, who don't want to have any impression of any fraud or impropriety. The government has put some things in place to protect people, right? Nobody wants that. We want to do good business and have good friends and good lives. So the mindset that a lot of people, and I can say quite honestly, I understand why people, a lot of the Afro descendants specifically from America, have a lot of the fears and anxieties that they have, because they have been taken advantage of. They've been taken advantage of. We've been taken advantage of in what has been said to be our own country that isn't really our own. It's our own country by default because we didn't really have a choice, right? But then we sometimes come to the continent of Africa and find ourselves in places where people say, welcome, welcome, but then we find that we're not really welcome, we're an opportunity, right? And that puts people off. What has happened that I've witnessed over the last 5 years is that because of those things, oftentimes people are very quick to just assume that somebody or something is bad or fraud or scam without using our critical minds to understand. And when I am able to have one-on-one conversations with people, I'm able to give them a real snapshot, which is why I think videos like this are important, that we give a real snapshot into everyday life, and that humans are human everywhere, that no place is perfect. And just because there's a glitch in a process, it doesn't mean somebody's trying to scam you. Certainly not in this country.
Maybe it's just a psychological something, especially when people's money is involved in something. When people's money is involved in something, anything that sounds funny to them can mean that there is something wrong somewhere. So I think it's a normal thing with almost every human being. You know, somebody say, when you don't have share in a company, you don't see their drivers driving rough, even if they are passing every day.
I'll say the same thing when you buy a new car. When you buy a new car, let's say you get a brand new Toyota. You ain't never noticed Toyotas on the road. As soon as you buy a Toyota, you see every other Toyota on the road. You're like, I didn't know so many people were driving this car, even in my same car. It's the same thing, right? And so, you know, that's the thing. We'll notice.
So I think it's just a normal human being something. But I think when it comes to the city, communicating about the citizenship by recognition or helping people, consulting for people, I cannot say 100%, but I don't think anybody in the country now have worked as hard as we have. Or have worked as hard to inform people.
There you go.
We have.
And that's what's key. That's the real goal, right? And I've told people, certainly, I do love being in this country. My husband and I love being here. We see the potential and we plan to make our home here. But I'm not actually before these people to be the brand ambassador for Benin Republic. This country can stand on its own. It does not need me as the marketing queen, right? But it's my contribution, but it's not needed. What I'm telling people is that I'm not here to be like, yay, Benin. I'm here actually to give you as much accurate information as I possibly can, so that you can make a decision for yourself accurately. That's it. I think that's it. If it happens to be that you agree and love Benin like I do, then great.
Maybe partly for us, of course, we have an agency. And we have to let people know, okay, this is the offer we have. But, you know, you and there is another lady, I think you, because she is also not a Beninese, but me as a Beninese, and of course we have an offer that we are, a service that we are rendering. But I think I believe more on you because you were already doing it naturally. Even without anyone.
Yes, absolutely.
The same thing with the other lady. She was already doing it natural. Are you getting it? So I think to that standard,
it's in your heart. Exactly.
So it's just a continuation of what you have
already doing because you care about people.
You know, the last time the two ladies that you brought the last time, you were not doing it so that somebody can see you and say, oh, you are doing very great. No, it is a way of helping people. Making time out every time to make these videos together, I can tell you, is a lot of work.
It is. And